I'm going to read you the story of Winnie the Pooh, and Eeyore has a birthday to get 2 presents. Eeyore, the old grey donkey, stood by the side of the stream and looked at himself in the water. "Oh, pathetic," he said. "That's what it is, just pathetic." He turned and walked slowly down the stream for 20 yards, splashed across it, splash, splosh, and walked slowly back onto the other side. Then he looked at himself in the water again. "As I thought," he said. "No better from the other side. But nobody minds, nobody cares. Pathetic, that's what it is." There was a crackling noise in the bracken behind him, and out came Pooh. "Good morning, Eeyore," said Pooh. "Good morning, Pooh Bear," said Eeyore gloomily. "If it is a good morning," he said, "which I doubt," he said. "Why, what's the matter?" "Nothing, Pooh Bear, nothing. We can't all, and some of us don't. That's all there is to it." "Can't all what?" said Pooh, rubbing his nose. Gaiety, song and dance. Here we go round the mulberry bush. "Oh," said Pooh. He thought for a long time, and then he asked, "What's a mulberry bush, is that?" "Bonhomie," went on Eeyore gloomily. "French word meaning bonhomie," he explained. "I'm not complaining, but there it is." Pooh sat down on a large stone and tried to think this out. It sounded to him like a riddle, and he was never much good at riddles, being a bear of very little brain. So he sang Cottlesome Pie instead. Cottlesome, Cottlesome, Cottlesome Pie. A fly can't bird, but a bird can fly. Ask me a riddle and I reply. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. That was the first verse. When he had finished it, Eeyore didn't actually say that he didn't like it. So Pooh very kindly sang the second verse to him. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. A fish can't whistle and neither can I. Ask me a riddle and I can reply. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. Eeyore still said nothing at all, so Pooh hummed the third verse very quietly to himself. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. Why doesn't a chicken? I don't know why. Ask me a riddle and I reply. Cottleston, Cottleston, Cottleston Pie. That's right, said Eeyore. Sing tilly-tum-tum-too. Here we go gathering nuts and may enjoy yourself. I am, said Pooh. Some can, said Eeyore. Why, what's the matter? Is there anything the matter? You seem so sad, Eeyore. Sad? Why should I be sad? It's my birthday, the happiest day of the year. Your birthday? Said Pooh, in a great surprise. Of course it is, can't you see? Look at all the presents I have had. He waved a foot from side to side. Look at the birthday cake, candles and pink sugar. Pooh looked, first to the right and then to the left. Presents, said Pooh. Birthday cake, said Pooh. Where? Can't you see them? No, said Pooh. Oh, neither can I, said Eeyore. Joke, he explained. Ha ha! Pooh scratched his head, being a little puzzled by all this. But is it really your birthday, he asked. It is. Oh, well, many happy returns of the day, Eeyore, and many happy returns to you, Pooh Bear. But it isn't my birthday. No, it's mine. But you said many happy returns. Well, why not? Said Eeyore. You don't always want to be miserable on my birthday, do you? Oh, I see, said Pooh. It's bad enough, said Eeyore, almost breaking down, being miserable myself, what with no presents and no cake and no candles and no proper notice taken of me at all. But if everybody else is going to be miserable too. This was just too much for Pooh. Stay there, he called to Eeyore and turned and hurried back home as quick as he could. For he felt that he must go and get poor Eeyore a present of some sort at once, and he could always think of a proper one afterwards. Outside his house he found Piglet, jumping up and down, trying to reach the high knocker. "Hello, Piglet," he said. "Hello, Pooh," said Piglet. "What are you trying to do?" "Oh, I was just trying to reach the knocker," said Piglet. "I just came round." "Let me do it for you," said Pooh kindly. So he reached up and knocked at the door. "I have just seen Eeyore," he began, "and poor Eeyore is in a very sad condition because it's his birthday and no one has taken any notice of it, and he's very gloomy. You know what Eeyore is." And there he was, and what a long time whoever lives here is answering this door, and he knocked again. "But Pooh," said Piglet, "it's your own house." "Oh," said Pooh, "so it is," he said. "Well, let's go in." So in they went. The first thing Pooh did was go to the cupboard and see if he had a small jar of honey left, and he had. So he took it down. "I'm giving this to Eeyore," he explained, "and as a present. What are you going to give, Piglet?" "Couldn't I give it too?" said Piglet. "From the both of us?" "No," said Pooh, "that would not be a good plan." "Oh, all right then. I'll give him a balloon. I've got one left from my party. I'll go and get it now, shall I?" "That, Piglet, is a very good idea." It is just what Eeyore wants to cheer him up. Nobody can be uncheered with a balloon. So off Piglet trotted. And in the other direction went Pooh with his jar of honey. It was a warm day and he had a long way to go. He hadn't gone more for half a way when a sort of funny feeling began to creep up all over him. It began at the tip of his nose and tracked all the way through him to the soles of his feet. It was just as if somebody inside him was saying, "Now then, Pooh, time for a little something." "Dear, dear," said Pooh, "I didn't know it was as late as that." So he sat down and took the top off the jar of the honey. "Luckily I brought this with me," he thought. Many a bear going out on a warm day like this would never have thought to be thought of bringing out a little something with him, and he began to eat. "Oh, now let me see," he thought, and he took his last lick of the inside of the jar. Where was I going? Oh, yes, Eeyore. He got up very slowly, and then suddenly he remembered he had eaten Eeyore's birthday present. "Oh, bother," said Pooh. "What shall I do? I must give him something." For a little while he couldn't think of anything. Then he thought, "Well, it's a very nice pot, even if there's no honey in it. And if I washed it clean and got somebody to write a happy birthday on it, Eeyore could keep things in it, which might be useful." So, as he was passing the 100-acre wood, he went inside to call on Owl, who lived there. "Good morning, Owl," he said. "Oh, good morning, Pooh," said Owl. "Many happy returns of Eeyore's birthday," said Pooh. "Oh, is that what it is? What are you giving him, Owl?" "What are you giving him, Pooh?" "I'm giving him a useful pot to keep things in, and I wanted to ask you." "Is that it?" said Owl, taking it out of Pooh's paw. "Yes, I wanted to ask you." "Somebody has been keeping honey in it," said Owl. "You can keep anything in it," said Pooh earnestly. It's very useful like that, and I wanted to ask you. You ought to write happy birthday on it. That's what I wanted to ask you, said Pooh, because my spelling is wobbly. It's good spelling, but it wobbles and the letters get in the wrong places. Would you write a happy birthday on it for me? It's a nice pot, said Owl, looking at it all around. Couldn't I give it to, from the both of us? No, said Pooh, that would not be a good plan. Now I'll just wash it first and then you can write on it. Well, he had washed the pot out and dried it while Owl licked the end of the pencil and wondered how to spell birthday. Can you read, Pooh? He asked a little anxiously. There's a notice about knocking and ringing outside my door, which Christopher Robin wrote. Could you read it? Christopher Robin told me what it said, and then I could. Well, I'll tell you what this is, and then you'll be able to. So Owl wrote, and this is what he wrote. Hippy, Pappy, Buffada, da-da-da-da, birthday. Pooh looked on admiringly. I'm just saying a happy birthday, said Owl carelessly. It's a nice long one, said Pooh, very much impressed by it. Well, actually, of course, I'm saying a very happy birthday with love from Pooh. Naturally, it takes a good deal of pencil to say a long thing like that. Oh, I see, said Pooh. With all this happening, Piglet had gone back to the house to get Eeyore a balloon. He held it very tightly against himself, so that it shouldn't blow away, and he ran as fast as he could to get to Eeyore before Pooh did. For he thought that he would like to be the first one to give a present, just as he had thought of it without being told by anybody. And running along and thinking how pleased Eeyore would be, he didn't look where he was going, and suddenly he put his foot in a rabbit hole and fell splat flat on his face. Bang! Piglet lay there wondering what had happened. And I will read you the next bit next week. Goodbye.